Hello, brothers and sisters. God bless. This is just a little side tidbit that I noticed as I was doing a video. Something very interesting. The more I was looking at it, Romans chapter 9, where sometimes people will try to say Romans chapter 9 is about nations. You see here in 2 Timothy, where it's talking about our individual calling, those people that are saved. It's saved who hath saved us and called us with a holy calling, not according to our works, but according to his own purpose and grace which he has given us in Christ Jesus before the ages began, says some translations. This says before the world began. Now when you line it up to Romans chapter 9, where people will say it's about nations, and we can see how it's about salvation, who has saved us and called us, but because of him who calls, not according to our own works, not because of works, but according to his own purposes of grace, so that God's purpose according to his choice would stand, and the grace which was given us in Christ Jesus before the ages began, so that the twins, having not yet been born, having not yet done any good or evil, that God's purpose might stand. See, having not yet been born, that is before the world began. Do you see how interesting that is, that these same words are used about God's purpose, his calling, not according to our works, before the ages began, before we were born, because of him who calls. He hath called us, not because of works, not according to our own works, but according to his own purposes, but according to his own purpose, which he gave us in Christ Jesus before the ages began. Though the twins yet not been born, having done any good or any evil. So this, is talking about salvation. It's very interesting how people will try to say that Romans 9 is about nations. They have no problem saying that God would cast off an entire nation, which a nation is made up of individuals, and say that, well, God may have just rejected an entire nation, but he would never reject individuals from salvation. Well, those nations are made up of individual people, but God is so intimately aware of his creation that he's intimately aware of those that he's going to save according to his purposes of grace, according to his will, and according to his calling. And so just an interesting little tidbit. I'll put the verses together so you can look at them under the video. God bless, guys. Peace.